In this video, I will be demonstrating the OS-Teck high-powered laser temperature stabilizing sequence. To begin my sequence, I will be using one of OptiInstrument's newest features, which is the custom Python file. I want to load a file that will help me establish communication with the serial instrument. Once I open this OS-Teck serial connection file, I have access to functions that I've written that will help me communicate, such as connect, disconnect, is connected, get value, write, read. I will be using these functions to create my desired sequence by dragging and dropping them into my command sequence panel, as such. All I need to do is then specify their parameters. I already have a sequence ready, which I will load now. I can drag this now into my sequence. To create my sequence, the first thing I'll do is I'll specify which port my instrument is on. In this case, it is on COM3. I'll then disconnect, reconnect, and start writing my commands. Here, I set the current limit to 30,000 milliamps. Then I set the current target to 7,000 milliamps. I'll turn on the laser with laser run and make my first temperature reading, laser temperature actual. What I want to achieve is I want to get 5 stable temperature readings within a range, in this case between 24.97 and 25.03 degrees Celsius, before I make my first current reading. So what I'll do is I'll put this in a loop, and every time I get a good reading, I'll increment this by 1, and if I get a bad reading, I will reset the count back to 0. Once I successfully have 5 readings, I will break out of the loop, I will make my reading, and I will pause the sequence. This command here makes a sound, and this one here will pause the sequence. I'll make my reading, and I'll continue on, increasing my current to 10,000, 12,000, and finally 15,000, making the same readings at the end of each loop. My sequence will play out exactly as I just described once I press play. As you can see, the laser current limit is set, the laser current target is set, the laser is turned on, and I begin my readings. At the start of the sequence, the temperature of the laser will spike up and there will be subsequent not good measurement readings. This will continue for a while until the laser cools down. Eventually, the laser will continue to stabilize lower to about 25 degrees, and good measurements will start to be read. Eventually, the temperature of the laser will stabilize enough to a point where 5 readings within my range will be made, and I will then be able to query my current in milliamps. The script is also designed to have a pause and a beep at the end of each loop to notify the tester when it is complete, which sounds like... To move past the pause, I press enter and continue on in my sequence. This process will repeat 3 more times for each incrementation of my current limit. Thanks to OptiInstrument and the sequence, I was able to get more accurate readings of my current because I was able to first stabilize the laser before making a reading. For any questions, please feel free to contact the OptiWave team. Thank you.